I'm a fifth generation Ozark Mountain Arkansan on my mother's side of the family. My great-great-grandfather was in the Arkansas census in 1860. The people living in the Ozarks prior to the 1920s were Native Americans. The last to leave were the Osage, who the American government relocated to Oklahoma. As the area is commonly called the Ozark Mountains, the region is a high, deeply dissected plateau. A plateau is defined as an area of high, relatively level ground raised above adjoining land, often cut deep by canyons. Ozark description would be hills and hollers. The area is nearly 47,000 square miles that includes primarily southern Missouri and northwest and north central Arkansas, with small areas in southeast Kansas and northeast Oklahoma. It is the most extensive mountainous region between the Appalachian and the Rocky Mountains. Immigrants of English, Scots-Irish, and German descent, often including some Native American ancestry, settled much of the Ozarks in the 1840s and 50s. My mother and father's ancestry includes all of the above. Ozark families from which the region's culture was formed have lived in the area since the 19th century. Stereotypical depictions of Ozark culture include television programs and movies such as The Beverly Hillbillies, Where the Red Fern Grows, and more recently, Winter's Bone. Other depictions of Ozark culture include the Dogwood cartoon and the theme park Silver Dollar City. Early settlers relied on hunting, fishing, trapping, and foraging for survival. This brings me to my cultural artifact, hunting. I grew up in a home where my dad hunted and fished. He hunted for white-tailed deer and turkey, and when he was not hunting, he fished. I didn't start hunting and fishing until I was about 15. My family owns almost 200 acres of cleared and wooded property, providing ample room to hunt. I grew up about a mile from Bennett's River, which runs into Norfolk Lake, located about a mile from my parents' home, so it was a natural progression for me to hunt and fish. I hunt with a modern gun, muzzleloader, and bow, but I prefer bow hunting. For me, bow hunting is more challenging and the season lasts longer, beginning in October versus November for gun season. Hunting and fishing and that part are part of Ozark culture. While it is now a big tourism industry and most people do it for sport rather than for survival, it is still much a part of original Ozark culture. There is something about these ancient hills and the skills required to hunt them that takes us back to our roots, including the Native Americans. If you doubt that hunting is part of Ozark culture, then consider that opening day of modern gun season has been a school holiday for some school districts in Arkansas. My mother tells me when she was a child growing up near the White River between the mid-50s and 70s, she never saw a turkey or a deer, they were so overhunted. Now, thanks to hunting regulations, the deer and turkey populations have rebounded and it is common to see both. While no one wants to see them overhunted again, hunting helps maintain the ecosystem so they don't become overpopulated, leading to starvation. Anyone that has ever hunted and been fortunate enough for a kill will tell you the excitement is addictive. Your heart races and it's all you can do to remain calm enough to take your shot. There is a responsibility in hunting to do so safely and with a reverence for life. A conscientious hunter consumes what he kills or donates it so others can benefit from it. The population influx since the 1950s have contributed to changing cultural values in the Ozarks. Theme parks and modern media view the Ozarks have little to do with traditional Ozark culture. There is never an decreasing number of Ozark there is an ever decreasing number of Ozark natives, and one way to keep Ozark culture alive is through hunting. I recommend hunting as a way to preserve our culture and enjoy the blessing of living in a beautiful region.